You know that feeling, right? When you feel like you're stuck in a loop. You wake up, go to work, come home, watch Netflix, go to bed, and then do it all over again. You've got these huge, technicolor dreams for your life, but the thought of actually chasing them just feels heavy, overwhelming even. So you pull back. You retreat to what's familiar, what's easy. But what if I told you the key to unlocking the life you actually want is hiding inside the very feeling you actually want, is hiding inside the very feeling you've been running from? What if the secret to growth isn't about feeling good all the time, but about getting comfortable with being uncomfortable? If that sounds familiar, stick around, because we're not just talking about facing your fears, we're talking about turning them into your biggest advantage. We've all got one. It's that cozy, predictable space where we feel safe and in control. Psychologists call it the comfort zone, and our brains are literally hardwired to seek it out. From an evolutionary standpoint, the unknown equals danger. So when your brain steers you toward the familiar, it's not trying to sabotage you, it's trying to protect you. But here's the paradox. The same walls that keep you safe eventually become a cage. Imagine your potential is a small plant in a pot. At first, that pot is perfect. It gives the seedling the structure and security it needs to sprout. It is its comfort zone. But what happens as the plant grows? Its roots hit the walls. It becomes pot-bound. The very container that once helped it grow is now the thing holding it back. If it stays in that pot, it will stagnate. It will never reach its full size. That's exactly what happens to us. The comfort zone feels good, but it's where growth goes to die. Staying there too long doesn't just keep us stuck, it actually makes our world smaller. Let me tell you a story. For years, I was terrified of public speaking. I mean, stomach in knots, sweaty palms, terrified. Early in my career, my boss was looking for a volunteer to present our team's big project to the whole company. I knew that material inside and out. This was it, the chance I'd been waiting for to get noticed, to finally move up. But as soon as he asked, my heart started pounding. That little voice of fear whispered, "You're going to mess this up. They'll think you're an idiot. Don't do it." So I didn't. I stayed quiet. Studies have shown that in the long run, people regret the things they didn't do far more than the things they did. When you always choose comfort, you're not really living. You dodge hard conversations, you run from risks, and you trade your potential for a predictable, boring script. So how do you break out? It all starts with a huge mental shift. This is the aha moment. What if that feeling of discomfort isn't a stop sign? What if it's a compass pointing you exactly where you need to go? Think about it. When you go to the gym, that burning feeling in your muscles is uncomfortable, but you don't stop. You recognize it as the feeling of getting stronger. That burn is a direct signal of progress. Personal growth works the exact same way. That flutter of anxiety before a tough conversation, the awkwardness of learning a new skill, the fear of stepping into something new, that's the feeling of your mind and character expanding. Recent psychological research totally confirms this. Researchers, Caitlin Woolley and Eilert Fishbach, did these fascinating studies where they found that when people were told to embrace discomfort as a sign of progress, their motivation shot through the roof. They stuck with tough exercises longer, took more creative risks, and were way more open to learning difficult things. You wouldn't walk into a gym for the first time and try to bench 500 pounds. You start small. We're going to do the same thing for our resilience muscle. Take a different route to work, just to shake things up. As the great Stoic philosopher Seneca wrote, difficulties strengthen the mind as labor does the body. Once you've practiced with micro discomforts, it's time to level up. I want you to pick one specific, meaningful fear that you want to tackle. And I mean a manageable one. Don't pick become a millionaire. That's a result, not an uncomfortable action. So, is it the fear of rejection? Your challenge could be to pitch one new idea at work this week. Is it the fear of looking silly? Your challenge could be to finally sign up for that improv class you've been looking at. Is it the fear of being judged? Your challenge could be to post one piece of your creative work online. The key is to pick a concrete action. Just by choosing, you're taking back control. You're no longer a victim of your fear. You're a scientist running an experiment. You're stepping into the unknown on your own terms. The fear might still be there, but now it's just a passenger. You're the one driving. This final step is the most important because it's what makes the change last. Every single time you face a discomfort, big or small, and come out the other side, you have to acknowledge it. I call this building your portfolio of proof. Think of it like a highlight reel of your own resilience. You took that cold shower and survived? Add it to the portfolio. You made that awkward phone call and the world didn't end? Portfolio? You asked for that raise, and even if you didn't get it, you walked out of that office with your head held high? That's a huge entry. Write these wins down in a journal. This isn't about ego. It's about systematically collecting cold, hard evidence to prove that fearful part of your brain wrong. You're building genuine self-confidence based on real-world proof of what you can handle. Over time, this portfolio becomes an undeniable record of your strength. And when a new, bigger fear shows up, you can flip through it and say, I've handled discomfort before. I can handle this too. This journey of growth isn't a solo mission. It's something we do together. So I want to invite you to take the very first step with all of us. Down in the comments, declare one small, micro discomfort you're going to embrace this week. It could be anything from trying a new food to finally making that phone call you've been avoiding. When you write it down, you make it real. And when you share it, we can all cheer each other on. And hey, if this message hit home and you're ready to stop letting fear call the shots, make sure you subscribe. We're all in this together, and I'll be sharing more strategies to help you build a life you're genuinely proud of. We've been sold a lie that we should always seek comfort and avoid pain. But a life lived entirely in the comfort zone is a life half-lived. Growth and comfort simply cannot coexist. That feeling of unease you've been running from? It isn't a warning sign to turn back. It's a welcome sign, telling you that you're right on the edge of a breakthrough. Embracing discomfort isn't some huge, terrifying leap of faith. It's a series of small, intentional steps. It's the decision to take a cold shower. It's the courage to speak up. It's the willingness to be a beginner again. Each step builds on the last, expanding your world and revealing a stronger, braver version of yourself you never knew existed. The future you, the one who is confident, fulfilled, and living with purpose, is waiting. And they're waiting just on the other side of discomfort.